Okay, so in this video we will be animating our cube. So I'm just going to delete everything and recreate our cube here. And I'm also going to make a floor. I make the floor kind of big. And I'm going to also move this cube up by 1 meter so that it's directly on top of the floor. Now, this floor, once I have it in here, I never really want to click on it. I don't want to click on it by accident and I accidentally move it. So I will go up here to the top right to the filter and I will select selectable. And now on the plane here, I will select this button. So now I cannot select the floor, which means I cannot accidentally move it. Cool, so I have my cube here and I have my timeline down here. And so for my animation, I want this cube to kind of run up a few flights of stairs and then fall down. So I'm going to create my stairs. And you can create stairs with the modifier. So it's the array modifier. Okay, so I want 5 stairs, for example, something like that will work. Okay, and if I'm happy with the stairs, then I can also hit this button to make them not selectable again. I can always select them here on the top right, but I won't select them in my 3D viewport. Okay, so it's time for us to get our keyframes. And so the first one is I will just select my cube, press I, and I will create a location and rotation keyframe. If you're also going to be changing the scale of the cube, then you might as well do the location, rotation, and scale. But I know that I will be definitely moving it and definitely rotating it. So I'll just create those keyframes. And so now I have my keyframe on frame 1. You can also extend this to the side here and look under the summary. And so you can specifically look at all of the different keyframes that we have, because we have 6 values that are keyframed. So you might want to see exactly what you're keyframing. Okay, I'll go to around like frame 40, just estimation. And I want my cube to be here. And so I will insert my keyframes here as well. And so this is the animation that I have. But it's a little bit boring. I don't want it to just kind of slide across. I want it to hop. So right in the middle, between my keyframes here, at frame 20, I'm going to move it up. And now you see on the right-hand side, half of these values, or most of these values, are in green, and one of them is in orange. So the orange one is really the only one that has changed. So by default, this is where it was. They're all green because I didn't change anything. But as soon as I move it up, that's the only one that changed. So really, that's the only one I need to keyframe. So I will right-click it, and I will just say insert a single keyframe. And so that's what you have here. My X location, there's nothing happening there. Y location, nothing's happening there. The rotations are constant, but my Z location here is changed. Okay, now that I have this, so this is the movement that I have. I think, it's better than just sliding, but it's still quite boring. I actually wanted to do like a somersault forward. So when I go to frame 40, I'm going to set the X rotation to 360 degrees. And then I will set my keyframes again. So now this is the movement that's happening here. But again, it's just quite boring. Like if this is what the animation starts at, there's not much life to it. So I will move all of these keyframes to the right, and I will add one more kind of thing. So going back to frame 0, I will say that first the cube is going to be facing this way, looking to the right as if. Insert my keyframes, and then it's going to turn to start facing the stairs, and then it's going to do the jump. So I can now grab these keyframes, move them to the left, and see what I have. So that's okay. But I would like it to pause a little bit here. So I'm going to copy all of these keyframes and just paste them. I'll paste them right there. and I'll adjust a few things, and this is what I have. Okay, now the cube landed, so around, I don't know, frame 70-ish. I will keyframe again, just so it kind of pauses here for a second, and then I want to jump up here. So I wanted to jump on the first stair. I wanted to get to it maybe on frame 100, so I'll just position it into place. So that is where I wanted to get to. So I keyframe location and rotation. But again, it would just kind of slide along. So halfway through, I will once again take the cube, G, Z, move it up. And once again, I will just insert. I can insert all keyframes, or I can just insert the one that changed, which is this orange one. So I will just insert a single keyframe. So this is my animation now. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of kind of the cube seems to be like moving to the right a little bit. So actually, instead of landing right here, I want it to land a little bit on the edge here. So I'll recreate my keyframes there. And so this is what I have. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. But I think it should fall a little bit faster. So all of these keyframes, I'll move to the left just a little bit. So it seems like it's falling a little bit faster. Yeah, that looks much better, I think. And if you cannot see the difference, just move it very, very close and you'll see what that means. So you just kind of went down. Actually, maybe we can do that here as well. So maybe I'll move all of these a little bit to the left. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. And the last thing I'll do again is I wanted to do another kind of flip here. So when I get to frame 80, I want the rotation to be, well, 360 times 2 is 720. But if you're not sure about like what numbers you should be picking, we can just say 360 and then the multiply symbol times 2. That automatically does the math for you. We can replace the single keyframe there, and then you can kind of look at your animation and see where you are at. Now, if at this point you're having an issue with the second rotation, which I'm guessing some of you will have it, then that issue is because here on the intermediate keyframe, instead of just right-clicking and saying insert keyframe or replace keyframe, you instead pressed I and then you just set all keyframes, which is fine. So if you're not sure what I mean, I just recreated the issue on my end. This is how maybe it looks for you. It doesn't rotate and then it quickly rotates. If that's what's happening, under rotation here, delete all of these values. Select these keyframes for the rotations, and then press X to delete keyframes. And so then you should be all good. So you will continue this, you will finish it. One more thing that you probably should be aware of, and because we are creating animations, when we just hit F12, that's not good enough because F12 just takes a picture. We want to render a video. So if I throw a camera in here and I move it into position, then what you can also do is you can animate and keyframe the camera. So get the camera to kind of like a starting position wherever you want. Then with the camera selected, so make sure that this whole thing, the square here or the rectangle is selected, so it's yellow. Now when you press I, you can again say location and rotation. And then say around here, when it lands, I want the camera to be looking at it, so I just reposition it and I keyframe again. So then I have this. And you can do the same kind of adjustments just like before. See here, the cube goes off camera, so I can just rotate it up. And that's kind of how you animate the camera. When you are finished, with all of this, then there's a few things you have to kind of set up to actually render your video. And that is here where it says output. You want to keep your frame rate at 24 FPS. You also want to change your output folder by pressing this button. And I would create a folder on your desktop called Animations and then hit accept. So that is where your video output will be placed to. And here where it says file format, instead of PNG, PNG is just an image, we want this FFmpeg video. And under encoding, you want MPG4. And here for quality, we want high quality, and make sure this says H264. And then this is where you tell it how many frames you want it to include, right? If you're using all your 250 frames, say 250. If you're only using, in my case, I'm only using 50 frames. So I would say 50 or even 60, something like that. And then under render here, you will go to render animation. And then you get this screen. And at the top left, you will say that you will see how many frames it's rendering. But obviously I don't have lights set up in my scene. So right now it kind of looks like nothing's happening. So make sure you set up your lights and materials as well. Then when that finishes, you will have your animation and you'll just attach the animation to the themes. So yeah, that's it for this video.